Hey, I'm Steve Sherman, creator of Power Process. I wanted to do this short little YouTube video for you folks that are selling your photography or even visual art for that matter. I've been selling photography for over 35 years and it's evolved to what I'm going to show in this video. Usually when I sell a photograph, it comes in an archival bag that you see here. I recently learned that people really enjoy the backstory to many of the photographs, so I would include the backstory in the back of the archival bag. You see the backstory here. So then I got to thinking, this particular series of images that I'm going to highlight here, I've known the client for near 60 years, but I think he's only known that I'm a photographer for the last 2 or 3 years. So nevertheless, he wants to acquire four prints of mine, and he asked me to frame them. So I said, sure, I'll frame them. And so I came up with this idea. I said, well, I'd like to pass on a means for him, the collector, to share my art with people that he might encounter and have over his home. He seems to be very excited if he buys 4 prints. So I came up with this idea that I would affix the backstory to the back of the print with a color cell phone photograph and whatnot if it happens to apply. But then I got to be thinking, if he wants to show the artwork that he's acquired, he's going to have to take the print off the wall, and that's really not practical. So then I came up with this idea that I would get like a 9x12 folder and put a full-size sheet of paper in there. But then I said, that's really not that easy to store. So I came up with this idea of a fairly decent color printer that I would take the sheet and cut it in half so that it's actually a little pamphlet this particular size. So on the front it says a collection of photographs selected specifically for that collector. Has my name and website and email address at the bottom. And you open it up, and the first backstory is for this big print right here, and it makes up this whole page. And then you go just in the second page is a picture of my darkroom, and there's a description below of the differences between enlarging a photograph and then contact printing a photograph, that there's a 7x17 image in this collection. It explains that. It goes on to explain the backstories of several other prints that he purchased right in there. And then it closes with a picture of me and the 2 cameras that were used to take these photographs, a 5x7 Deardorff and a 7x17 Phillips. And it goes on to share my bio with the client. So my hope is that this is an easy little pamphlet to store, and that they can get it out at their whim when people come over and admire the photographs, hopefully. So it's just it's a way for an experienced visual artist. I've not made my living in photography, but I've sold enough work where I kind of know what works and what doesn't work. Almost always there's a personal connection, whether it be a workshop student that's come in and purchased something he's seen in person, or in the case of this gentleman, he's known me near 60 years. However, to discount social media and the power of social media is really not fair, because I have sold prints to Malaysia and Australia to collectors that have just seen them online. So that's another facet I wouldn't count on, but nevertheless very, very powerful. So for this video, it's going up on my free YouTube channel. You can go there, you can subscribe to it. It's very easy. I think this will be the 46th video that's up there. So there's a lot of information out there that I'm passing along for absolutely no cost whatsoever. So go to the YouTube channel. I think that'll be inscribed in the bottom of this video, and the best of luck to you.